Hey everybody, all the classes 9 through 12. I know I wasn't able to finish my lesson formally, but I just thought that I make this video and for it to be shown to you guys so that you can finish your lesson. So the just a quick review. What we worked on last time is we did the mental status exam. So we had a scenario where a student was at a football game, had an injury, had to come in with a presumed injury to their head, and then that's when we did the mental status exam, which focused on attention, concentration, memory, your different types of focus. So we do that as a more formal thing, but a lot of times with time constraints, you don't have time for that. So when you go in the room, you do a mini mental status exam, and that's just asking the patient, where are you? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your birthday? Can you tell me what city you're in? And that's how we do alert and oriented. So you will see that in a lot of doctors' notes. They say alert and oriented times 3. It can be times 2. The person knew their name, they knew where they were, but they didn't know what city they were in, or they didn't know information about themselves. So the next 2 lessons was just finishing the neurological exam, and I'll go through this. I will not be long. And so once you get that mini mental status exam, hey, do you know who you are? Where are you? You ask those questions. You then get into the neurological exam. So what I like to do, I like to start from head to toe. So the first thing we will look at is cranial nerves. The cranial nerves 1 through 12. And the different cranial nerves have different functions. You should have a handout based on what these cranial nerves are. So the first one, we really don't test. This is your olfactory. It tests smell. You can have different like aromas or odors in the clinical setting to try to test that, but we normally don't do that one. We just do 2 through 12. So with the second one, this is your pupillary reflex. You can get a phone like this, and you can put it in the patient's eyes, right? And so what you want to look for is, are their pupils closing? Are they reacting to the light? Are pupils constrict when we have light passing through them, right? And the next one, we have different muscles that control our eyes, and this is going to account for the cranial nerves 3, 4, and also 6. So we test this by having the patient, I make a H with my hand, and having the patients follow that. So you checked it off your box. You got 2, their pupils constricted with the light. 3, 4, and 6, they're able to move their eyes laterally, medially, up, down. And next you have 5. So 5 deals with the different sensations we have on our face. So I take a cotton ball. I don't have it with me, but it's 3 different areas. You can check cranial nerve 5. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and you do it on the other side. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, right? So that's 5. That's out the way. And then next you have 7 through 12. 7 is going to be your facial nerve. So you can have them open up their mouth, smile, kind of raise their eyebrows up. That's how I test 7. And then you have 8, which is deals with your hearing and your balance. So I just make a sound by the ears. Okay. You have 9, which can just be tested by doing ah. And then for the last ones, you can use, so 9 and 10 can be the ah. And then for 11, this is your accessory. Just shrug your shoulders. Can you shrug your shoulders up and down for me? And then the last one is 12, and that's hypoglossal, and just moving your tongue from side to side, right? And so what we're looking for to see are all these intact. You can get deeper with those, but those are the basics of that. So did your mini mental status, alert and orient times 3, cranial nerves. We did not test 1, 2 through 12 are intact. And so now I want to know about 3 more main topics I'll do here. You want to do motor, you want to do sensation, and then you want to know the reflexes. Everybody has, wants to know the fun reflexes. So what I do for motor, okay, is I'll take the patient. I want to see if they can extend their arm out, right? Then I want to see if they can pull me in. That's fine for this arm. Do the same thing. And in medicine, you want to be symmetrical. You want to, anything you do on one side, you want to do it to the other side, right? So you just have them pull you in, you have them push you out. And believe me, you want to see which one is stronger. And you're all healthy kids, so should have similar strength. Because you could think with an older patient, or if they have a neurological damage, one side is not going to have as much resistance. And we have certain measures that we grade to see how strong you are. And that should be included with the handout too, right? So after that, you can do wrist strength. Just press down again, have them try to pull back. You can also do forward. Do that again on this hand, and then have them spread out their hands. See if they can close it. All right? Have them resist. Next thing, see if they can pull you. Again, we're assessing wrist strength, and the patient is doing this. And then afterwards, you want to do the same thing with the legs. Have them extend their leg out. And then push up the other leg, have them extend the leg out. And you want to also ask them to put their foot on the gas. You want to feel that. And you also want to do that on the other side. And you're just getting a general sense of how strong they are in their body. Was there anything weak when they put their foot on the gas for your hand? Was it weak when they push their leg out where they're not able to push it as far as they really could? Those are the main things. And then with sensation, you can literally, hey, can you feel this? Can you feel this? And do the same thing on the legs. And again, this is the neurological exam, but you're getting in and you're getting out. You can get more specific. Neurologists have other tools in their toolbox to fully assess the sensation of the back. But again, you're a medical student. Something just happens. You need to get in. So now let's just review. You did the mini mental status exam. You did the cranial nerves. You got a sense of how strong they are. And you got a sense of their sensation. And so you're able to get a full neurological picture in the ED. And then the last thing you want to do, you want to get them up and walk. Stay by their side, but see if they're walking normally. Do they have a limp? Do they seem that they're too weak to get off the bed? You're just paying attention to all these little details to see what's wrong. But so those were my 2 lessons that I was going to teach. I was going to teach the motor and the sensation in our classes. Hope everybody's doing fine. And last but not least, what everybody loves in your handout, you should see the reflexes. So you have the biceps reflex, you have the triceps reflex, you also have the ankle reflex and the knee reflex. And what reflexes are, they help us know how your spine is functioning. As you can see on that paper, different parts of the reflexes coordinate with different parts of the spine. So if you have a problem in your lumbar spine, you're not going to have a knee reflex. Even lower in the sacral spine, you're not going to have an ankle reflex. And you can find some videos on the specific ones. It's going to be hard for me to demonstrate right now, but the thing with the reflexes is that when you have a patient's arm out for the tricep, just let their arm dangle. And then you want to find that spot for the reflex. Oh, I think I got it. You don't want the patient having any control of their arm. Just let it move right here. And when you're doing this, it's more like a pendulum than a hammer. When I was in med school, I used to try to do this. It's hard. You want to let it swing in your hand like ever so smoothly. And so those are my two lessons. Again, I wish I was there to teach you more hands-on. These are things that you can hear a million times, but unless you actually do it, it's hard. So thank you guys. I appreciate the opportunity, and I wish y'all the most success in life. Thank you.